Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Gourav Gupta, and I welcome all of you to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. So, friends, I'm once again in front of you, like we promised to all of you, that we'll be bringing a series in which we'll be discussing the most popular questions that have already appeared in MAH CET previous year papers. And here we are in front of you with another series on MAH CET MBA 2022. Now, before I'll start this session, let me quickly run a tech check. Can you please all confirm? Am I audible and visible to all of you? Come on, the students who are there in this session, can you please confirm quickly that I am audible and visible to all of you? Once I'll get a confirmation from some of you, I will quickly start this session. Shaikh, good evening. Good to see you once again in this session. All right. Now there are some students who brings a smile on my face. Lovely. Lovely to see you once again, Shaikh. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for confirmation. Apurva, thank you for confirmation that I am audible. Kishore, Samir, welcome to the session. All right, friends. So, friends, let's begin this session. So, first of all, again, a warm welcome to all of you to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. And in this series, we are going to discuss the most popular questions from MAH CET previous year paper questions. And this is the first session. So, this series has begun today. So, in the coming days, daily at 7 p.m. you can catch us live on YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, where we'll be discussing the most popular questions of MAH CET previous year papers. Now today, this is the first session and I'll be taking on the questions on data interpretation. Yes, my dear friends, data interpretation has always been one of the most important part of the QA section of MAH CET examination. As we all know that there will be 50 questions in QA section, out of which around 16 to 20 questions will be from data interpretation. Yes, so if I talk about the previous year paper, we have seen 5 sets coming in the paper of MAH CET having 4 questions each. So yes, there were a total of 20 questions in the QA section from data interpretation only. All right. So friends, to do good in data interpretation, all of you would understand that, all of you would know that, all of you will agree that we need to basically study the concepts of percentages very properly. So when it comes to percentage calculations, like converting a fraction into its percentage equivalent and vice versa, it becomes very important. So you need to brush up your concepts of percentages, which I have already covered in one of the sessions that I have taken on MAH CET. So you can go back and look at some of the sessions that I have conducted on percentages, ratios. Like this afternoon, I have taken a session on time, speed, distance as well. So friends, let's go ahead and start this session of data interpretation. Now here I have picked up 2 sets from the previous year papers of MAH CET. Both these sets contain 6 questions each. Yes, there used to be time, like there have been instances when we have seen 6 questions coming in a single set of data interpretation. Not all these questions will be very easy. There will be some moderate level of difficulty questions as well, and there'll be some questions which will require less amount of calculation. There will be some questions which will require more amount of calculation. But if I take the entire question as a set of 5 questions or 6 questions, it should be mandatory, or it will be mandatory for us to finish off with a particular set in around 5 to 6 minutes. All right, so let's enter into this session with the first set on your screen. Now first of all, I'll be displaying the common information related to this set, and then we'll be doing these questions 1 seconds, and after which I will be moving on to the first question. Again, I mentioned that no need to draw this table, as the table will be available to you with every question. No need to draw this table. Hello Ashish, Pooja, Samir, welcome all of you to the session. All right, this is the first set in front of you. All right, So after your confirmation, I will move on to the first question of this set. Come on, have you read this information? Yes or no? So the information says that the table given below shows the total number of complaints raised. So total complaints raised, this is the value. The number of complaints resolved, this is the column, and the number of complaints which are not addressed. So the complaints which are not addressed but not resolved, wait, which are addressed, so not is removed. So the number of complaints which are addressed but not resolved, so these are the three things which are given. All right, so total complaints, complaints resolved, and the complaints which are addressed but not resolved, these three information are given for 4 months: March, April, May and June. All right, so let's move on to the first question. I'll not give you more than 45 seconds for each question. So first question on your screen now. Find the average number of complaints raised in March, April, May and June. Quickly solve this one and write your answer as the option number A, B, C, D or E. I must mention that the students who are there in this session, who are attending this session live, must solve all these questions live right now to gain something out of this session. If you're not solving, you're not gaining. All right, so Ashish, Dharmi, nice. Both of you have given the answer. Now let's see how much time the other students will take to give me an answer. So the question says that find the average number of complaints raised in March, April, May and June. So these are the number of complaints which are raised and we'll have to find the average of these numbers. Now average is a sum divided by number of terms. I'll calculate the sum here. The number of terms is 4 in this case. So 1200 plus 800 is 2000, then 3400 and then 4300. So 4300 is the sum. When divided by 4, the final answer will be 1075. So an easy question to start with. Free ke marks hain ye. All right. So option C, 1075 is the correct answer. Once again, I remind you that these are the actual questions that I've picked from the previous year papers of MAH CET. So you are looking at the actual level of difficulty of the examination, that like the usual way I basically get in these sessions. Question number 2 on your screen now. Again, 30 seconds to all of you. What is the ratio of the number of complaints resolved in March and June together to the total number of complaints raised in March? All right, who will be the first person to answer this one? All right, Gorakh, Samriddhi, Krishna, lovely to see all of you in this session and responding to the questions that we are solving here in the live format. Kishore, Vivek, good. Lovely. So let's see what is the ratio of the number of complaints resolved. So complaints resolved in March and June. So March and June, these are the complaints resolved. So the sum here will be 1100, which is 650 plus 450. All right. And we have to find the ratio of this number to the total number of complaints raised in March. So number of complaints raised in the month of March. So 1100 divided by 1200. So the ratio should be 11 upon 12. And the correct answer is option B, that is 11:12. All right. So let's quickly move on to our next question. Question number 3. Now these are all speed-based questions. You just need to pick up the values from the table, solve whatever is asked and mark your answer. Just be extra careful while marking your answer. All right. No need to commit any mistake. Yes, Sameer, easy के free marks हैं ये, बहुत easy free marks हैं. So there will be, so as we know that there might be around 16 to 20 questions from DI. Now not all questions are such easy level of difficulty. Okay, so you may get some difficult questions as well. You will see the second set that will be taking on today. All right, perfect, perfect. I am getting a lot of answers for this one. Gorakh, Krishna, Shaik, Vivek, Samriddhi, Anuja, Dharmi, Ashish, lovely. Okay, so let's solve this one. The number of complaints that are not addressed in June, Now this is something new which is not given in the table, and we'll have to solve it using the table. All right. Now I'm not considering June. Just to explain you, let's consider March. Now in March, total complaints were 1200. Now complaints resolved were 650. So 650 out of 1200 were resolved. Now there were some complaints which were addressed but not resolved. So these complaints are 200. So I can say that in total, what was the number of complaints which were addressed? So these complaints, 650, these complaints were addressed and they got resolved, but 200 complaints got addressed but not resolved. So in total, the number of complaints which were addressed will be the sum of these two, that is 650 plus 200, which is 850. All right. Now the number of complaints which were not addressed will be equal to the total number of complaints 1200 minus the number of complaints which were addressed, total number of complaints which were addressed. So that is 850. All right. So 1200 minus 850, that will be 350. The number for March, the number of complaints which were not addressed. All right. Now let's look at this question. So the number of complaints that are not addressed in June. So for June month, the number of complaints which were addressed were 450 plus 250, that is 700. The number of complaints which were not addressed will be 900 minus 700, that is 200. All right. So the value is 200. Is what percentage of the number of complaints resolved in the month of May? Number of complaints resolved in the month of May was 800. So 200 upon 800 is what we need to calculate. The value is 1 by 4, and it will be in terms of percentage. If I'll convert, it will become 25%. And yes, answer is option D. So this much small amount of interpretation was required in this question. All right. So almost all of you have given a perfect answer for this question. Now people, I have more than 32 students in my lecture right now who are watching it live, and only few of you, handful of you are solving these questions. Come on, my dear friends, these are not such difficult questions that you cannot solve. All right. So just with a basic set of understanding, you can find the answers for all these questions. So please be active and try to solve all of them. Question number 4 on your screen now. Find the number of complaints that are not addressed in April. I want this answer in less than 15 seconds. All right, good. So the number of complaints that are not addressed in the month of April, this is what we have to find out. Now the month of April, the number of complaints which were addressed will be the sum of these two. 500 plus 150, that is 650. Total number of complaints is 800. The difference of these two will give you the number of complaints that were not addressed. So answer will be 150, and that is option A. Wonderful, all of you. Now without wasting much time, let's quickly move on to the next question, question number 5. Now this is one good question. So this will take some time, so I'll give you 45 seconds, not more than that. All right, Ashish, fine, I got your answer. Gorak says 780, so two different answers I am getting for this one. All right, Ashish, you have taken your answer back. Okay, so let's solve this one. Now, question says that the total number of complaints raised in the month of July. Now, July's data is not given in the table, but this value depends on the value of March. So, the total number of complaints for July are 25% more than that of March. So, number of complaints in March is 1200. Now, July is 25% more than this value. Now, 25% of 1200 will be 300, and this value will be 1500. So the total number of complaints for July is 1500, and they are saying that 52% of these complaints are resolved in July. So resolved is 52%. So we have to find out the number of cases that are resolved in July. So basically we have to find out 52% of 1500. All right. Now 50% of 1500 is 750. And then 2% के लिए क्या करेंगे 1% which is 15 multiplied by 2. So this value will come out to be 780, and that will be your answer. All right. So 780 is the final answer. Not option E, not option A. Careful. The answer is option C, 780. Now, the students who have committed a mistake, who have given a different answer, have you understood what mistake you have actually done in this question? So, थोड़ा सा twist हुआ question, थोड़ी सी extra मेहनत करनी पड़ी. Now you are like some of you have given a different answer, a wrong answer. So please be careful. I hope you have understood your mistake. Now let's move on to question number 6 for the same set. Now be careful in calculating these values. Now, all right, come on. Not a difficult one this is. Okay, so now question is, what is the difference between the number of complaints resolved in April and May together? So resolved in April and May together, this is 500 plus 800, that is 1300. And the number of complaints which were addressed but not resolved in the month of March and June. So in the month of March and June, the complaints which were addressed but not resolved. Now this number is 200 plus 250, that is 450. So we have to take the difference of these two values, 1300 minus 450. So this value will come out to be 850. And yes, option B, that is correctly given by Gorakh, Shaikh, Krishna, Ashish, Vivek, Abhimanyu, Pranali, Kishore, and Dharmi. Wonderful, lovely people. NS and Samriddhi as well. NS, you need to check your answer. The answer should be 850, not 750. All right. Okay. So, my dear friends, that was the first set. Again, those who have joined us late, I must tell them that this is the new series of sessions that we have started for all of you. In this series, we'll be looking at the most popular questions of previous year papers of MAH CET examination. You can catch us live daily at 7 p.m. for this series of sessions. All right. Now taking a small break of 5 seconds. All of you may also take a break and quickly like this session. Now, if you want me to come back again and again in front of you with such sessions, you will have to show some love for me. So please do like this session. In case you have something in your mind, you can put it in the chat box. Sanjay says, where can we get previous year actual CET papers? Now, Sanjay, the only problem is you will not get actual MHCT papers because MHCT was not releasing the papers in the last few years. All right. So what you can get from the internet is the memory based questions. All right. Sameer, easy tha set aisa wala. Sameer, you will definitely get one or two sets of such a difficulty level in your examination. Don't you worry. All right. Okay. So I hope you are all enjoying the session and you all are ready for the second set. Now, picking the data from the graph as well as solving the questions will not be as easy as what you have seen in the previous set. So be ready, pull up your socks for the second set, which is going to be a little tougher as compared to the previous one. All right. So the common set of information for the second set on your screen now. Now this is a bar graph. Again, there is no need to note down the values of this bar graph because this bar graph will be available with each and every question. Abhimanyu, you're saying please provide in crash course for CET on BYJU'S. Abhimanyu, definitely I'll send your request to the management and probably will provide you with a crash course. But meanwhile, you can catch all the sessions which we are conducting for you live on YouTube. The second set, meanwhile, you can solve this one. Now the next 6 questions will be based on this. Now those who are ready to go to the first question based on this set, give me a thumbs up, write yes, write something in the chat box. Come on, show me that you are present in this session. All right, all right. So let's move on to the first question related to this set. The first question on your screen now. Thank you, people. Dharmi Shaikh, editor choice, Saket, Krishna, Kishore, Pranali, NS, Krishna, Sibha, Vishwajit. Oh, Gorak, you are watching this session on your phone. No, 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 Sameer. Definitely, I cannot write the intermediate values. Now, you will have to do a little bit of approximation. Now, this set is all about picking up the values from the graph. Okay. Now, if I would have given the values in the form of table, then it is not a difficult task to solve these questions. So the test is basically, are you able to pick up the values from this graph or not? Okay. Now, those who are watching this session on the phone might not be able to pick up all these values. So it is recommended to all of you that from now onwards, start watching these sessions on your PC or the laptop. Okay. All right. Now, let us first of all talk about some values. Now, you can see the markings of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on. Now, these are divided in 5 parts and the intermediate values are at a gap of 2. So if I look at the first value, A, the total number of members, the value will be 42. Similarly, the next value will be 24. All right. The next value will be 18 and this value will be 8 and so on. We can write all these values. All right. Now reading this question, now the blue part is the total and the orange part is the number of females. So the question is, what was the ratio of number of males in village C? So I'll calculate the number of males in village C first of all. So total population is 72 and females is 46. So what will be the number of males here? Now all of you may write these numbers in the chat box in order to get the confirmation if you have picked the correct value or not. All right. So the number of males will be 72 minus 46. that will be 26. All right. So first value is 26. Now we have to find the ratio of this value with the number of females in village E. So number of females in village E. So this part will be 18. Okay. So 28 upon, sorry, 26. 26 upon 18 is what we have to calculate. So answer should be 13 upon 9. And that is option A. Now let's see how many of you have given a correct answer. So Dharmi, Vivek, Samriddhi, Krishna, Abhimanyu, Sibha, Karthik, Samir, these people have given a correct answer. All right. So I hope you have understood how basically we are picking up these values. Samir, good that you have written these numbers. So from the next time onwards, for the next question onwards, try to write a little bit of explanation so that we will understand that are we actually picking up the correct values from this data or not. Okay. So please follow this instruction for the next question, question number 8 on your screen now. Yes, so it is advisable to all of you to attend all these lectures on your laptop. All right, you will have a better understanding. You will be able to read the data in a better way, in a better format. All right, Ashish. So Ashish, meanwhile, you can write some of the values that you have calculated. Now the question is the number of males in village D. So village D number of males calculate karte hain. So total population is 98 and the number of females is 54. So the number of males in this village will be 98 minus 54. That is 44. This is the first value. All right. Now, this value is how much percentage more than the number of males in village B. So, number of males in village B, total population 18 and females is 8. So, the number of males in this village is 10. Okay. So, in village D, the number of males is 44 and in village B, the number of males is 10. So, we have to find out 44 is what percentage more than 10. Now 44 is how much more than 10? It is 44 minus 10. That is 34 more than 10 and the denominator here will be 10 because we'll have to compare it with the value of the number of males in village B. So denominator will be 10 multiplied by 100 and this percentage will come out to be precisely 340 percentage. And yes, the correct answer is option B. Okay. Now, some of you have given the answer as 440, probably 440. Okay. Now, 440 will not be the answer. The answer will be 340. All right. Because we don't have to find out 44 is what percentage of 10. We'll have to find out 44 is what percentage more than 10. Okay, so you will have to look at the difference between 44 and 10. That will be the numerator divided by 10, which is the value of village B. Okay, I hope you have understood your mistake. So these are some basic statements which are covered in percentages. All right. Okay, so let's go further and look at question number 9. Which village had the third highest number of males in the year 2009? So which village had the third highest number of males? All right. So 3 answers. Ashish, Samriddhi, Krishna, Vivek has also given the answer. Nice. All right. Now let's just look at the approximate number of males. Okay. I'm not going towards the actual values. Now the number of males will be the difference between the two bars for a particular village. Now I can see that for village D, the difference seems to be the largest. So this will be the highest number of males. Then for village C, the value is the next highest. So it will have the second highest number of males. All right. Now after this, I can see that obviously B cannot be the answer. A and E. Now the difference in village A seems to be more than that of village E. So this will be third, then this will be fourth highest, and this will be the fifth highest or the lowest. Now we have to find out the third highest. The third highest is in village A. So the correct answer is A. There is no need to calculate the actual values. You can just observe these bars and get your answer. Let's move on to the next question, question number 10. Now please read each and every word of this question very carefully. All right, so let's have a look at this one. First of all, in the question, a big word is given approximately. Okay, so let's say if our answer is somewhere around 25.2, so we can mark 25 as an answer. All right. Okay, the question says that the sum of the number of males in A and E. So number of males in A and number of males in E. Let's calculate this. So 42 minus 24, 42 minus 24, it will be equal to 16. sorry, not 16, my mistake. So it will be equal to 18. So number of males in village A will be equal to 18, and number of males in village E, so this is 34 minus 18. Now 34 minus 18, it is 16. So 18 plus 16 is the first number that we are talking about, so it will be equal to 34. So the sum of the number of males in villages A and E were approximately what percentage of the total population. The second important word is in the rest of the villages. Okay, so total population in rest of the villages, that means now we'll have to look at the total population of B, C and D. Okay, now the total population of B is 18, for C it is 72, and D it is 98. All right, so 90 plus 98 is 188. So we'll have to find out 34 is what percentage of 188. All right, now all these options are somewhere near to, or most of these options are somewhere near to 20%. So I'll start with 20%. 20% will be 18.8 multiplied by 2, that is 37.6. इसमें से अगर मैं 2% माइनस कर देता हूं, so that means 3.76 if I'll subtract from this value. So what will I get? 4, 5, 3, 3. So 33.54 will be 18%. So approximately 33 will be 18%. I'm looking for 34. So that means answer will be a little bit more than 18%. And since the question is asking me to give an approximate answer, yes, I can mark 18% as an answer. All right. So Please be careful about some of the most important words in a particular question. Don't neglect those words. At least first time read the entire question very carefully. Put focus on each and every word that is mentioned in the question. Okay, so let's move further. I hope all of you have understood the mistake that you have committed in the last question. Moving on to question number 11. Now they are talking about another village F. So the data of 5 villages is given in the question. Now you will have to find out the data for village F, which might be based on the previous or the values of the 5 villages that are mentioned in the chart. So using this data, you will be able to calculate the number of females as well as the number of males for this village. Using that, you will get the total population for village, and then you will have to compare the population of this village F with the population of village C. So definitely a little lengthy question, but can be dealt in around 45 seconds to 1 minute. All right, a few more seconds, and then I'll start with the explanation. Only 2 answers up till this point, Ashish and Samriddhi. Shaikh as well has given the answer. Come on. There are around 39 students in my class and only 4 responses up till this point. Okay, let's solve this one. In another village F, so we are talking about F now, the number of females is 1/3 more than, important, number of females is 1/3 more than the females of village D. So we are talking about females. So number of females is 1/3 more than the females of village D. The females of village D is 54. So here the number of females will be 54 plus 1/3 of 54, which is 18, and that is 72. Okay, so number of females will be 72. Now let's talk about the number of males. Now the number of males is 25% more than the males of village E. Now males of village E, so this will be 34 minus 18, that is 16. So number of males in village E is 16, and number of males of village F is 25% more than this value. 25% of 16 will be 4, so number of males will be 20. All right, so the total population of this village F will be equal to 72 plus 20, and that is 92. All right, now the population of village F was how much more than the population of village C? Now population of village C in the question or from the data from the chart is 72. So population of C is 72. The difference between these two values is equal to 20. Yes, so the correct answer is option C, that is 20 million. Okay, some of you have given a different answer. I hope you have understood what mistake you have committed. All right, now let's move on to question number 12, the last question related to this set. Now another lengthy statement that you have in front of you. Don't be afraid picking up the values. Now you have understood, you can easily deal with this one. All right. So people have started giving the answer for this one. Nice. So meanwhile, I have written all these values for all of you. So question says that if the total population of 5 villages together increased by 25% by the year 2019. So let's talk about the total population of these 5 villages. So total population of these 5 villages will be 42 plus 18 plus 72 plus 98 plus 34. So can you all write, can someone write the total, the sum of these numbers, the total population of these 5 villages? So meanwhile, I'll add 42 plus 18 is 60. All right. Now 60, 160 and 72, 30. 264 is what I am getting. So let's see, anyone can confirm if this value is correct. Yes, Ashish has done that. Now this value has increased by 25%. So adding 25% of 264. So 25% means 1/4 of this value. So adding 66 to this value. So the final value will become how much? It will become 330. So this is the total population by the year 2019. While the number of females remained the same as that in the year 2009. So this is the total population. I'll now write the number of females. So number of females 24 plus 8, 32. So I'll write it 24 plus 8 plus 46 plus 54 plus 18. All right. Now 46 and 54, this will make 100, 132, and this is 150. So total number of females will be 150. All right. So I have got the total population, which is 330, and the number of females, which is 150. So question is, what was the number of males from the 5 villages together in the year 2019? All right. So answer will be total population 330 minus the number of females. So 330 minus 150. So this value will be 180. And you have to be extra careful with such calculations. Now understand that this set, the set that we have just seen, is actually not a difficult set, but it is having a lot of numbers to deal with. Okay, now these numbers are not also very tough. These are basic addition, subtraction and percentage based questions, and we cannot afford to commit mistakes in such questions. We cannot afford to lose marks in such questions. So I can say that these set of questions that we have just seen, they might look difficult right now, but with a little bit of practice that you can do in a matter of 3 or 4 days, you will start feeling that these questions are such an easy question and you will be able to score marks in your examination. All right. So friends, that is all from my side for the day. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe if you are liking this session. All right. And please don't miss any of the sessions that we are coming up, that will be bringing forward for all of you. So you can subscribe our channel. You can subscribe this channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, and you can press the bell icon so that you will receive all the notifications. Thank you very much, Ashish. If you like this session, this is my agenda, that all of you will like these sessions and at least all of you will gain something out of the sessions that we are taking for all of you. Now anyone who would like to go for CAT 2022 comprehensive program, you can join CAT 2022 program with BYJU'S Exam Prep. These are all the details of the program that are given on your screen, and you can call at the number which is given at the bottom of your screen to get some more information or to speak to our counselor. That is all. So you can follow us on Insta, subscribe our channel and press the bell icon, like us on Facebook, join our Telegram channel and download our app. Thank you very much to all of you. Those students who don't know about this thing, I must tell you that this is the start of the series of new sessions for all of you. in which we'll be discussing most popular questions of MAH CET previous year paper questions. And this series has started from today. This was the very first session, and you can catch us live on daily basis at 7 p.m. We'll see you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.